Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, we've got a big day ahead of us this morning. So we're going to get right into it. I wanted to tell you, no, I didn't want to tell you. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about blind spots this morning. So last night there was a presidential debate. And I'm not going to get into politics at all. Promise me. I promise you. But I want us all to think about blind spots and who has blind spots. We all have blind spots, but what can we do about them? And what would it mean if we were able to see through them? If we were able to see through our blind spots and have somebody come with us and talk to us about our blind spots, what would that mean? Well, I think it would mean an awful lot to an awful lot of people. My blind spots, I don't know all of what they are. I know there are some that are pretty important for me to realize, but there's others that I'm not aware of yet. And if I'm not aware of them yet, then I can't do anything about them. So I have people with me that help me to see my blind spots. Some of those people are my coaches. I mean, I have a coach for my speaking career. I have a coach for my actual speaking. So he helps me with my speech. And then I have a coach. Well, I don't have any other coaches, but that are specific. But then I have partnerships. So I have a partnership here with my friend Wes Wyatt. He has done a phenomenal job over the last few months of helping me to get to where I am and to get the organization to where it is. So there's a lot that's going on behind the scenes that you're going to continue to find more out about as we go. But he has helped me with my blind spots. And there are people that can help you with your blind spots as well. So I want to encourage you this morning to understand your blind spots. Well, and you can't understand your blind spots on your own, or they wouldn't be considered blind spots. So think about how you can have help in finding out what your blind spots are. Because I know for a fact that we all want more than what we currently have. That's just the way it is. But what can you do about that? How can you get to what it is that you want that you're not getting? What is it that you want? Think about that. I have goals here that I write down every day. I try to write them every day. I don't always do very good at that, but the goals are specific and they are what I want. So I have 20 different goals that I write down, which is a lot. You should keep it to a little less than that. But those goals, I have to understand that those goals are not being met. And if they're not being met, what am I doing to get there? And if I'm doing all the things that I think are necessary to get there, what is holding me back from getting to that next level? So think about for you. What are you doing to get to your goals? Now, if you don't have goals, that's okay. We can talk about that. And I want to make sure that I can help you to get to starting your goals, or at least to write them down. A good goal is a goal that you will write down every day. Sometimes people say twice a day. That's a little aggressive for me. I don't do that, but if you can at least write down your goal once a week and be constantly reminded of it, it's going to help you to get to that goal. I know it sounds weird, but just writing it down has a big impact on you and your ability to reach it. So think about your goals, and then think about the what you're going to need to get there. And if you're going into something and you're not aware of how you can get to that goal. For me, when I think of a goal, I think of how I want to do speeches. I mean, I love to speak to people. I love to be on stage. And granted, now this day and age, we can't be on stage. But if I could be on stage telling people about how they can see their blind spots, how they're all unique, how they're all awesome, how you are awesome. I love doing that. And then to be able to talk more about vision and blind spots, I mean, that's just what I love to do. And people don't always know what their blind spots are. They don't always know what their vision is. They don't always know what makes them unique. So anything I can do to help people in this day and age, via the calls that we're on, the Vision Alignment Show, I love to do it. And if I can do more of it, I definitely will. So I'm going to have some people come on and join me in the next few weeks. They're going to come on to the Vision Alignment Show, and we're going to talk about their vision. We're going to talk about what makes them successful and how they have seen through their blind spots. And sure, they still have blind spots. They need to realize that in order to get to that next level, in order to get to their goals. You see, that's a large part of what we all struggle with. And if I can help people with that struggle, that'll mean so much to them and to me. So let's look at what who's on today, and I'll see if I can help someone here. So let's see. First up, we have Wes White, #live. Thank you very much. Laura Waller, #live. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. And Wes has done the yeoman's job of telling us about the contest we have, where if you'll post a picture in your timeline, I'm going to take this off for a second. So if you'll post a picture in your timeline and tell us about, you don't have to tell us anything. You just put in a hashtag of Brian with one eye and a hashtag of winking with Wagner or winking without Wagner, and tag me on that photo. You'll be entered into a raffle to win a copy of my book, a signed copy of my book, and I'll mail it to you. So that'll be something that you can have, and hopefully it'll help you with your blind spots. It'll help you with your vision. That's the whole goal of all of this. So let's see who else we have on. Let's see here. Rhonda, good morning. Good morning, Rhonda. I appreciate you being on. Thank you very much. #live. Thank you. And let's see who else. Laura Waller. Thank you. I'm working on my energy. I want to make sure that I stay up there because it's important for me to relay as much of my energy to you as possible, because wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I mean, if I can't help you, if I can't bring you energy, well, then something's wrong, because that's really one of my main attributes, I would say, my positivity, my energy, and all that. I'm able to talk with people and help them. I mean, it's just the best. And I appreciate you noticing this morning. Thank you, Laura. And hugs, by the way. Who else is on? My friend Chris Gross, good morning from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you're on. Love it. And who else do we have here? Anthony. Hi, Anthony. How are you? I hope you're doing well this morning. #live. Thank you very much. So that's great that everybody's on and we're all, talking about blind spots and how important they are for us to be able to see through them. So one of the ways we see through our blind spots is having people help us to see through them. So one of those blind spots is, for me, it's always been, who do I speak to? Now, I had a struggle with this for a long time, and for years, I went to anybody that I could to find out if I could speak to them. And then out of the blue, I had an organization here in Ohio come to me and say, well, would you be willing to talk with our group that supports the developmentally and intellectually disabled across Ohio? I said, sure. It's a gig. I viewed it as a gig. But when I went there, I was changed because of the clientele, because of the people that were just supporting their clients. I mean, I was really amazed at the group. It was called the Ohio Providers Resource Association is what it's called. Anyway, that group and what they do for supporting the intellectually and developmentally disabled are phenomenal. And from there, I had a conversation with somebody in Pennsylvania. So, and they set me up. The Ohio group did. They set me up in Pennsylvania, and then from there, I ended up speaking in Texas. And when I went to Texas, then I started to think, well, maybe I should have some other conversations with other people that are supporting those with intellectually and developmentally disabled. So I did that. And once I did that, I started to go out and to speak to a group in Kansas. And I'm going to, that'll be next year. But then I'm speaking at the end of the month with a group in Oregon. Earlier last week, actually, I spoke to a group in Missouri. This October, I'll be speaking to a group in Illinois. And they're all in the same industry. They're all supporting those with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So that blind spot that I have, where I couldn't understand what it is that I needed to see through, I didn't know what I had and who would be receptive to my message. All of a sudden, I realized that when I had that first call or that first speech in Ohio, and then I went from there to Pennsylvania, I became accepting of the fact that these people, I hate that word. I became accepting of the fact that my message was resonating with this group. And if I could accept that it was doing well with this group, then I need to be able to share it with other people. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my message with other people in that same industry. So long story short, I accepted that. I had to come to grips with that. First, I had to be aware. I had to have that awareness. And then I had to have the acceptance. That was important for me to go forward. Back up to my start at the Ohio School for the Blind. I had to first I had to first be aware of the issue. And then I had to accept that these were the people that I should be serving. And I just went out and I served as much as I could, and I served as best as I could. So those are blind spots we all have. And those are blind spots, and we all have them. So let's talk about your blind spots. I'd be happy to talk about anything you have going on. So tell me a little bit about it. Who else? And Laura Waller says she appreciates that. Thank you very much, Laura. I appreciate the hugs. That's awesome. So while you're typing feverishly, I know we can talk a little bit about those blind spots that we have. Now, we have blind spots. One of my blind spots is I think I need to have a better studio. I have the best studio I possibly can. Okay, it's not possible that I can be better. I can be a little bit better. So I'm thinking of having lights, make it more lighting to come in on me, and to be able to have a virtual studio where I'm doing presentations and helping people with their blind spots, talking to people about what makes them unique. That really, I want to make it as professional looking as possible. So I'm also working on a number of videos. These videos, and I think I have 12 or 13 of them already done, already loaded into my membership site. But the videos are intended to help people to, first of all, understand that they have blind spots. And then secondly, we talk about how they can have sight. And if they can have sight, then they'll get to a point where they can have, in sight, you begin to understand and see through your blind spots. So first part of that is you have to be aware. And that self-awareness comes after a lot of hard work. And it takes a lot of time in some cases. And then the next step is having an acceptance of who you are. I had to accept that this is who I am. This is the new me. At the age of 43, I had gone blind and I lost my eyesight. Up until the age of 43, I had two good eyes, just like most of you. But once I accepted that this is who I am, I accepted that this is what I was going to be doing, then I really began to flourish. And I can't tell you how much that has meant to a lot of different people all across the country. So I'm continuing to serve, and I would say even the world. There's been different organizations that I've had that conversation with as well. So for you, I want to help you with that as well. how can you get to a point where you see through your blind spots? Begin to see through them, and then everything just begins to open up. It's been phenomenal to get to where we are with a radical vision and helping people all across the nation. But I know there's something else that you could be doing. And I know you want to get to something. There's something out there on the horizon where you want to have a certain color of a certain house or a certain car. There's a vacation you're looking for, or maybe a promotion or a different job. Maybe you want to start to do what I do, and you're just not sure how to do it. Well, it's probably because you have a blind spot. And if I can help you with that blind spot, that would mean everything. Let's see here. Who has commented? Let's see. Laura says, amazing how God opens up opportunities when we say yes to an unknown. Very, very true, Laura. I would say that saying yes to an unknown it's very important, because one of my partnership with Wes Wyatt. I mean, I didn't really know I didn't really know a lot when we decided to partner up. And I knew quite a bit. I knew his heart, and he knew my heart, and he knew what I wanted to do, and I think I knew what he wanted to do. He made it so easy for me to accept him and to accept the relationship that it just, it was easy to say yes. Well, but it was hard too, because I had to understand that it was a change. And when I changed, it focused not just on me, but also focuses on him, because there's some work that we both need to do in order to make this flourish, to make the organization that we have so much better. And I'm so glad I did say yes, because now we are on fire. I can't tell you how many things we have going on right now that are helping people to be able to understand what they want in life and what's holding them back. It's been great. I love Wes. He's a great guy, and I'm looking forward to actually meeting him in person someday. So we've set up a meeting here in October, and we'll continue to do what we're doing remotely, but for us to have a meeting in person will be phenomenal. So that's what I got for you this morning. I'm hoping that you're all having a great day. And if there's something else that I can do for you, if there's something else, and maybe one of those things is to have other people come on the show. So like I said, we're going to be working on that and having other people come on the show and talk about their blind spots. But really more important than that is we're going to talk about their vision. And once we understand their vision, we'll be able to see what separates them from, and they're successful, them from those that are not as successful. And now it doesn't mean that you can't get to where they are. You just need to see through your blind spots. That may be one of the things. So there's so much to offer here today. I'm so glad that you joined. I'm just amazed that, well, I'm not amazed because I feel like this has always been in the plan. It's not my plan, but I know whose plan it is, and we're working towards that. So I'm just thankful you're all here. I love you all. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the other side, but I also wanted to make sure that, as always, you will keep one eye on the road. Thank you. Have a good day.